Give enough early game control, and she's really bad at fighting from behind. So it's a very slippery slope, and it's hard to get that snowbally kind of lineup with.
And they're getting excited here. Not sure about what yet, but we'll find out soon.
Yeah, I don't know either. Alliance dip into the reserve time. Yay!
Woo! You know, the one thing that is, it will be the Lifestealer, and it's going to go to Loda. So Luna versus Lifestealer matchup again did not go well the last time we saw it.
Yeah, I think that Navi would have been better suited to the Lifestealer too. Maybe they wanted to deny the Luna pick from Alliance because Alliance is a better push lineup.
Now, like you said, you pointed out that Luna's big strength is taking those early towers.
Right.
One of her biggest strengths, and we didn't see Sigma do that. But I'd be very surprised if Navi doesn't do that. So I mean, maybe using it better will improve the way the game develops for them.
Yeah, I think Enchantress is one of the perfect supports to babysit a Luna with, and you need to be aggressive with Luna. I don't think she's really that passive, and like if you get like a Crystal Maiden or something, or like a Venomancer even, I don't think they're like aggressive enough to utilize Luna's strength.
So Navi now they need Kuroki's hero, and they're also going to need Dendi's hero. Kuroki, we've seen the Rubik, doesn't match up well against Lifestealer. We've seen the Visage, that's banned.
There's still the Bane.
And we're going to see a Storm from Navi. So they deny the Lifestealer bombs to Alliance. Very, very greedy draft already. Navi, very farm-intensive lineup. Only one like true disable in the Electric Vortex thus far, and
Alliance
nothing
has
to
no
do
disables.
and nothing to do with Lifestealer. Very light on the stuns in general.
Yeah.
It worked for an Alliance yesterday, so
they need some way to shut down
maybe
Storm,
less stuns
though.
is more.
You can't just let Storm just run rampant.
Well, there you go. It'll be your favorite solo mid, the Dragon Knight.
I actually expected a puck pick here because
Synergizes better with Lifestealer in terms of
but
the,
it's
the
better.
bombs.
It's better for push with which synergizes better with Veno and Chen.
And it seems like push is the key to success in this tournament.
It really has been.
It's like I'm feeling like probably 80% of the games have been decided by like whoever gets the first few towers wins, pretty much. There was only really one comeback, and that was the second Navi versus Sigma game. And even then, they were leading.
I don't even know if that was a comeback. It was just close.
Yeah, it felt like they were slipping a bit, but they never really were losing. And actually, for our final ban from Navi, we will see Doom. You've been talking a lot about this hero, but the teams have been ignoring him in terms of picks, but very good against Luna, very good against Storm and Timbersaw, so a very smart ban.
I'm surprised that Alliance banned the Rubik over the Bane. Bane's a much more obvious choice as a support, and Kuro plays it very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Kuroki plays a really good Rubik, so we're going to ban it, but in terms of hero matchups, Bane seems much better for this game.
And they only have one disable. Like, if he just grabs Dragon Knight, what are they going to do?
This is not really going to help in that respect, but Alliance get a disgusted. Yeah, takes a while though.
Yeah.
They get a big death ball lineup though. It's going to be hard to fight into them once they get their core items up.
Alliance's lineup a lot more tanky though. Navi, they need items on Storm, and they need really good positioning, as well as a BKB on Luna, I feel, to take this mid game.
It seems like Navi's lineup has strength in the small scale engagements and spreading the map, at least until they get a lot of items like BKB on Luna, just getting tanky on the Funnick Timbersaw, whereas Alliance strength in numbers seems to be their draft.
Yep.
They'll be strongest when they're 5-man.
Are we going to see Jungle Wars though, or are they going to play passively?
Do you think Navi will go aggressive here?
I don't think they aggressive try.
I feel like both teams are just going to trade safe lane towers early on.
It's a very likely a possibility.
And one other thing I want to mention, as we do get ready to hop into it, is who's going to be greedier this game? Because we've seen Havos definitely the greediest carry player at this event, and it's paid off since he started doing it.
Yeah, Alliance, they don't go that greedy unless it's just like a complete safe lane farm.
Yeah.
And I also think that Chen's a much greedier. He can be played much greedier than an Enchantress. So, yeah, it's about even.
We'll have to wait and see. Well, guys, on that note, it's time. It's game 1, with Alliance having a 1-game lead in the best of 5. Alliance versus Navi, El Clasico of Dota 2. Here we go. Navi on the dire side. We start with Havost. He's had a hell of a run here. He'll be playing your Luna. Kuroki taking up the reins of the Bane. Dendi, your solo mid Storm. Puppy going to be taking over the Enchantress, and that puts Fnatic into the off-lane role where he's been a stalwart presence on that off-lane Timbersaw.
And on the side of Alliance.
The Swedes.
Yep. We have Lifestealer, played by Loda. We have Aki on his signature Chen, EGM on the support Venomancer, S4 on the solo mid Dragon Knight, and Admiral Bulldog on the offlane Elder Titan. Already starting off with boots first. And for those of you that are just joining us, the score is actually 1-0 in favor of Alliance, but a game has not actually been played. That's simply due to the winner's bracket advantage. Thanks a lot for pointing that out.
Yes, as he did mention in chat, and well, huge shout out to Vlad. It's been awesome here, and now the crowd gets into it. Both teams have been introduced. It's time. The creeps are about to spawn. And sorry, in fact, they already have, and the blocks are going on now. In terms of rune, it was an illusion rune early for Ake. Some pinks come out. Puppy saying, I think just that they got the rune. Oh, they didn't put the score up top, that's why. And looks like he wants to block some jungle spawns for this Enchantress, but won't be in time to do it. So
at least he'll scout out which creep it is.
So early on, Ake does find a Hellbear Smasher, and I guess we'll look to farm this and then maybe look for a Wildkin. Who do you think we're going to see move first? I guess that's my first question.
I think Puppy. Because he can get like 3 creeps and then go. And he has a smoke on him.
And he's got a Bane, which is a great hero to have in combination. Easy setup, and once it's level 3, a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, Admiral Bulldog has to play very, very carefully. Notice, like, he's standing on the far left of the creeps, too. So if they smoke from this direction, he has maximum time to react.
Yeah, and, I mean, the other thing is, whoever gets that first blood on the enemy offlaner, it's not really just about that kill. Then they can transition into a tower push very early on.
Or put pressure on the solo mid.
That's true. And speaking of those solo mids, we did see Dragon Knight, Hani's Dragon Knight got ganked mid, but generally Storm's the one that you'd expect to see at the highest risk. And here's the first movement, Ben. It comes now. We have a skeleton army, a centaur, a summoner, and a puppy. And they're heading up the hill. S4 could be in trouble here. Dendy, no points in Vortex yet.
This is a little bit earlier than you would expect.
The smoke breaks already. Can they get off a troll trap? Yes, they can. They could stomp it. I don't think they have the damage. Maybe they do. Perfect chain stun. Dendy hits level 3, and that's it. First blood for Navi.
I thought he was about to dodge that gank, too. He came uphill at the right time, but it was just a little bit too late.
And as you can tell, there's some Navi fans here in Kiev. Who would have thought it? That was so well timed. Dendy hit level 3 literally right as the creep's smoke ended. If that was 1 or 2 seconds earlier, they wouldn't have had Electric Vortex for that kill.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the luck of the creep spawn too. He doesn't have a troll. That kill is not set up at all. So it was imperative that he had to have a troll for the gank.
And well done by Dendy. He started with a Remnant just to get the overload slow, which is how they got in range for the net. It's the little things that allow it to work. So they do strike first. Outside of that, taking a look at the 2 side lanes, either team you think getting more here, or is it fairly even so far?
It looks fairly even. I mean, Puppy had to actually walk mid, so he'll be maybe slightly less in terms of experience compared to Aki. Aki doesn't even look like he's level 3. He does have a smoke, but there is this Observer Ward placed fairly far out too, so it won't get dewarded by most typical sentries.
An Alliance on the bottom lane, not having any stuns, it's going to be really hard to kill the Timbersaw, I feel. Wildkin for Ake, like you said, can maybe apply some pressure, but the chances of a kill are virtually nil here. And we'll probably see Fnatic leveling up Timberchain. Nope, 2 in reactive armor, but Timberchain could certainly follow.
Admiral Bulldog being cheeky with his invis, just stealing Kiroki's experience.
Yeah, he's leeching a lot here, and he's definitely the more vulnerable to getting picked off. The Luna Bane, a much stronger killing combo for the matchup. We could also see Puppy rotate top. He's already level 4, and Ake only 2, just about to hit 3. So Puppy not only gets first blood, but he's ahead in terms of experience as well.
Yeah,
doing really well.
Yeah, this is why you want to ban the Enchantress first. It's just so ridiculous how many places he can be and so early in the game. You can't really do that with any other hero.
Yeah, and then having those extra creeps just allows you can throw one in to stop a push, you can send one to help mid, or you can gank with 2 or 3 all at once. And Alliance, they'll make the first move for a tower here, but Puppy's already prepared. He throws out the clap, it's not going to connect, and Yet they will repel the push this way. And now we'll see creep shenanigans as the Wild can get stolen. But they'll continue the push here.
The creep was actually...
Puppy took it over, I think, and then Ake took it right back.
Yep. And this tower's going to fall very soon. Yep. It's definitely going to fall.
And Na'Vi are not getting anything done on the top tower. Should Puppy be doing this, or should he be just pressuring, taking a top tier 1 instead?
I think he should be pressuring, since it's... I mean, I guess it's worth it, since they secured deny on this tower, and they slow down the T2 push.
Oh, they might make a go here on S4. The Bane lurking on the sidelines. They have not spotted him yet. In fact, S4 only has this Observer Ward. Actually, maybe they have spotted him. Yep, now they definitely have rotating through the jungle. Glyph got used, and Puppy did, in fact, deny the tower bottom.
Yep. This gives them a lot of room to chase Fnatic now, though, if they so desire. He went for the 1-1-2 build instead of the 2 points in Timber Chain, like we saw in the last game.
Any particular reason for the adjustment?
I think he wants to harass a Lifestealer in lane, but it's not really going to be that effective, and it's better against a Veno zone out.
Yeah, the Lifestealer can just kind of right-click you and heal up anyway. But we'll have to see. Fnatic level 4 at this point. Bulldog getting a little bit more, but a lot of this just comes down to actually running 3 heroes in that lane for so long.
Loda also has the Orb of Venom, too, so I think they can kill Fnatic. The level 1 Timber Chain range is just a little bit too low.
It's pretty low. We'll have to see if they can make a go in mid. Now the Tornado comes in. Dendi hit a very fast level 6. He's had this haste bottled for quite some time. He could be the first one to move and try to set up a kill here. Farming pretty well.
Ooh, nice
but
deny.
A nice ward deny on the rune here. It's an illusion. He already had full mana. Not the biggest deal, but he'll take it.
Pinging out on EGM, making sure he doesn't get ganked. And Dendi looking for anyone to kill. Just instead, find some small kobolds. Easy gold.
Seems like both teams are just kind of feeling each other out. Like nobody's ready to make a big aggressive strike. Force a tower. Alliance kind of chipped away at the bottom tower, but they were not going to really commit to a head-on engagement there.
Yep.
Slow and steady, Ben. But only for now. I'm sure we'll see a bloodbath erupt soon enough.
Havosias is much better than Loda's right now, and he also went for HOD.
He went greedy again.
Yeah.
Straight Helm of the Dominator. No treads, no Reign of Aquila, just the Basilius and then into the Dominator. And already, does he have a creep?
Yeah,
Where's
a troll.
Oh, back at base. So I imagine he'll heal this up, and then we'll see him start stacking the Ancients. But Alliance taking an early tier 1 is going to make it easier for them to go on that. They do set up a sleep here. Now an Eclipse follow-up.
That was an easy kill.
They bring down the Bulldog.
Havos is level 8 at this point, too. He is just ridiculously farmed.
This is the one weakness of Alliance's draft, though, is they can't get those easy kills on Fnatic. They have to work a lot harder to kill him.
Yeah, they haven't even come close.
Now they go in mid. They're going to go in S4. Great Dragon Tail reaction. Dendi couldn't even get off a pole, but he just keeps on zipping. He can pull him in now. He'll do it. Centaur stomps there. The Imps are already out. They fly through, and it's now another kill for Na'Vi, and Dendi zips out safely. Well played. Na'Vi are cruising. Absolutely flawless so far.
And Aki didn't actually have his Holy Persuasion up to steal that Centaur. That would have been really clutch had he been able to do so at that exact moment.
Oh, Havos did miss a stack here, unfortunately. We've seen quite a few misstacks this tournament. I feel like there just hasn't been much greedy play in Dota 2 lately, so the players are maybe slightly rusty with it. Except AUI, he was not rusty at all, but there will be a dive on top. Loda going deep on Havos, perhaps a bit too deep. He's got Infest here, but backup is on the way. He's really committing for this one. I think the Infested will be enough. One more right click, gets the kill. Should pay with his life, but a carry for a carry. Not a terrible trade.
Yeah, not bad at all. They did need to slow down Luna a little bit, and Luna actually bought right before she died too, so I don't even think she lost any gold there. Loda, on the other hand, did not spend his precious, precious money. EGM and Aki smoked up. There is a Dark Troll Summoner as well as a Hellbear. This is going to be a really difficult game to execute, though. Unless S4 gets a stun.
They have to get off a Dragon Tail, but it's not going to happen.
Really quick reflexes from Dendi there.
Yeah, like less than a second before he zips out. And the one thing they can do is they can still 5-man, even if Alliance are losing the laning stage. Na'Vi, the Timbersaw are really their best team fight hero at this point. Later on, the Luna will kick in a bit, but for now, they may have to give up some towers and go for trades. Alliance still has a scary death ball.
Yeah, this tower pretty much going down uncontested, and at the same time, Na'Vi pressuring the top T1 as well as the bottom T1. Fnatic kind of given free reign. He is level 7 right now, going for the more points in Timber Chain, level 3 now, with the 1 value point in Whirling Death.
Given the lack of stuns, maxing Timber Chain seems really strong because they pretty much can't stop him from getting it off and interrupt him mid-chain.
Right.
So he's going to be, between him as well as the Storm, 2 extremely elusive carries that Alliance are going to have a very hard time bringing down.
EGM seems like he's falling pretty far behind in terms of levels right now. He's only level 4.5. Compare that to KuroKy, who's been level 6 for some time now, and Puppey, who's level 8 on the Enchantress.
And both teams playing the farm game. We see Ancients being stacked, a double stack over here for Alliance, and then a triple stack for Na'Vi. And it's a lot of additional gold available to be farmed soon enough. If it turns into a greed war, do you favor Na'Vi here?
I favor Na'Vi because they have much better gank. With the Bane.
This
grip.
Is where, like you mentioned, they could have gone Puck on Alliance. Puck is definitely going to be more useful for setting up.
They haven't been able to get Initiate, right? Like Dragon Knight tries to walk up smoked in range form and still unable to get the stun out on Dendi before he zips out. So I think that the Storm pick was really nice, and maybe they need something like a Clockwork to get the long range Initiate instead of an Elder Titan, but the Elder Titan pick not really paying off for them as of yet.
I mean, talk about early Roches. They walk right into the pit here. And they'll start to do it. They do have the creeps. The Enchantress can easily tank with Untouchable. Already level 3. Only taking the 1 point attendance. So we talked about the development of the Roche game, and it really is just earlier and earlier and riskier. But Na'Vi aren't afraid. And I think they're going to get this. Alliance just not prepared for it.
The Puppey Enchantress build, the 3-1-3-1.
Very strong for taking Roche. And this means in early ages for Dendi. And this is pretty big.
Yeah, this is scary, and Dendi's going to be very high impact Storm Spirit in this game too. And Alliance, they're getting some trades out of it, but it's not very favorable to them. They're up 3 towers to 1 right now, but they still aren't even close to possessing the gold lead.
Yeah, they're very far behind in terms of experience. That's the biggest concern for me. It's 6,000 experience down already. And the Ancients haven't been farmed yet, so it's only going to get worse from here. They continue to push top, threatening a tier 2. Na'Vi only working on a tier 1, but they maybe want to get a kill here as well. Nope, going to stop, plop an Observer Ward, and go back and defend. So they do give up a tower for the Roche, but a worthy trade.
S4 actually has a Life Stealer inside of him.
Well, this is certainly unusual. Not something you see too often. I guess once he gets a Shadow Blade, if he does pick one up, he'll be able to initiate for the team, but...
Those couple of kills early, though, will mean he won't get a Shadow Blade until like the 20-minute mark, probably.
Yeah, so unlike what we've seen out of Sigma, the mech will be coming from the Chen. It's not coming from the Dragon Knight. I think the main team that loves to do the
This is such a
Dragon Knight mech.
Low chance kill.
This is a 0 chance kill, honestly.
Unless Dendi plays over aggressively and doesn't expect the bomb.
There's a lot of heroes off the map right now. In fact, 4? Yeah, there's 4 off the map. So
Loda's left, but that was 50 seconds where he's not doing anything.
And he didn't go Midas as well, and all the while, Havos, this should be a quad stack, and it's the point where as soon as he's got like 1 item, maybe waits for the Mithrhammer, but he can pretty much go farm these now, and Puppey can tank a lot of the damage. Alliance have stopped stacking. They only have the double, so they're really going to come out on top if it comes to a game of pure economy.
Looks like Dendi going for the BKB rush too. Curious to see what Kuro is going for. Can't really see anything because he's too porta for Dendi. Big item right now. There's a zip.
Nice rage. Dendi actually ends up pulling S4 in though, and S4 taking a whole lot of damage. There is a nice Elder Titan ult. Brings 3 low, but doesn't bring anyone down. Another kill for Na'Vi. Make it 2. They're rolling. And they're not done yet. They still have a sleep available if they can just get in range of Ake. Timber chaining forward. There's your Chakram. Fires the wrong way. KuroKy still pursuing Ake out. He gets him. Another zip. And they're going for 3. Give him a triple. Ake will fall. Does low to live. He's sent home and he can survive. But 3-0 and no trades in sight.
Na'Vi has a death ball going right now.
They don't have the death ball lineup, but they're just face rushing Alliance.
Why do you have this big of a lead early and you don't really have good comeback heroes like Elder Titan and Venomancer not really come back heroes. They're good at like turtling, I suppose, but you're still going to get starved. You're still going to get out-farmed, and Na'Vi continues to press their advantage. Gold lead about 4,000 now, and now that the tower count is almost even, Na'Vi beginning to flex their muscle.
Oh boy, are they flexing or what? And they'll start pushing this bottom tier too. Hard for Alliance to defend here. They don't have the Chen heal. They don't have an Earth Splitter yet. Up in 30 seconds, but that's enough time to bring this tower down. Glyph not available, and the siege continues. They keep the catapult alive. Puppey will tank a few shots, and this will be the tower. Alliance, they're going to try and fight, but they'll lose the tower first, and now they'll lose EGM as well. Dendi zips forward, takes another. Zip, zap, zoom. He does get stunned, but he's still got Aegis S4. Just can't touch this, says Dendi. Funny giving chase. On the backside, it's Havos going deep, going hard. He will go down, but it's 4 dead, and more to follow. Make it 5 heroes hitting the deck. Na'Vi are out of control, 12-1. We could honestly see a GG any minute.
Yeah, what an absolute dominant performance by Na'Vi. And this is when I think Luna's really good, when you can put so much pressure early that they can't really gank you, or if they do gank you, they're just going to trade really, really poorly. But she's gotten so far ahead, going with the early, relatively greedy Helmet Dominator build. But to be honest, she hasn't needed her BKB, and she's going to have it any moment now. And utilizing it to take early fights, to take early Roshan, and just play greedily, this is where Na'Vi excels.
I mean, we call it greedy because it's riskier if there is a fight, but honestly, with Luna, that's the other big strength, is that if you do go greedy, she can really pull away in terms of farm. She'll be able to clear this huge Ancient stack very soon. And has he actually gotten 5?
Yeah, Luna and Storm are
Look
so...
at the stack. This is like 1,200, 1,300 gold here.
That is ridiculous.
That's an insane stack.
Yeah. Luna and Storm Spirit really weak, like levels 1 through 5, but Alliance were just not able to capitalize on that at all because of Puppey's Enchantress, rather.
And he's already got BKB, 16 minutes in. BKB, Helm of the Dominator, and he still hasn't cleared the stack. I mean, when he finishes this, he's going to have Yasha before like the 19-minute mark. In fact, they're going to go do it now.
Na'Vi must be feeling really comfortable now. Dendi has a regen rune in his bottle.
Yeah, that's
the best rune.
That's the best one. He might need a little help to bring this stack down. This is unwieldily large. But Alliance are going to smoke. They know Na'Vi's up to something here, and they don't want to let them give it away. Loda will really lead the charge, and Hobost is waiting, but he gets gripped. They were ready. It's a trap, and it's a big, bad Dendi in the front line. Zipping here, zapping there, bringing Ake down. They want Bulldog 2. They'll take him. That's 3. They're going to get another team wipe, and that is GG. 5 down. Na'Vi make it a 1-1 best of 5. And
not banning the Bane I think was a big mistake.
And the Enchantress as well. Did a lot of work.
Enchantress is okay.